If you have few or no friends, stop scrolling and listen carefully, because this is not a weakness. In fact, it might be the strongest sign of who you really are. Most people can't survive around someone who sees too clearly. The silence around you isn't empty, it's deliberate. And if you truly understand this, you will never try to fit in again. You don't feel lonely in crowds. You feel out of place. Conversations feel hollow. Laughter sounds timed. Connections feel thin, like everyone is trading comfort, not truth. And eventually, the question comes, why can't I connect like everyone else? The world has an answer ready. You're too intense, too quiet, too different. But what if it's not failure? What if it's your design? Because here's the truth most people never face. The modern world rewards compatibility, not clarity. It rewards agreeableness, not honesty. It rewards comfort, not perception. Minds that refuse to compromise get isolated, not because they're broken, but because they cannot be controlled. This is why you are alone. Not because you lack value, but because your presence destabilizes illusions. If this is already resonating with you, pause for a moment and hit like. It tells me you understand, and it helps others who need to hear this message find it too. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss the next layer of this truth. Trait 1. Intolerance for fakeness. Most people hear words, but you notice when people aren't real. You don't just process what they say, you notice what doesn't match. Tone against timing, words against body language, intent against emotion. When someone says, "I care," you feel the hesitation, the stiffness in their posture, the energy behind their eyes. This isn't negativity, it's perception, hardwired. Your brain prioritizes truth over comfort. While others relax into social games, you remain alert, watching the structure underneath. Once you see it, you cannot ignore it. People sense this. They don't call it intelligence, they call it threat. Most relationships rely on pretending. You break that agreement simply by existing. They pull away. They label you intense, distant, hard to read. The truth is simple. You didn't reject them. You saw them. And most people cannot handle that. Your solitude begins the moment you stop pretending. Trait 2. Resistance to social noise. Most social interaction exists to fill silence. Gossip, small talk, shared outrage, trivial complaints. For many, it's harmless. For you, it's exhausting. Your mind needs substance, conversations that challenge, dialogue that leaves an impression, ideas that linger long after. Shallow talk drains you, dulls your focus, wastes your energy. So you withdraw, not because you think you're superior, but because your brain functions differently. You don't snack mentally, you need a full meal. And in a world of empty calories, depth becomes isolating. You're not bored of people. You're exhausted by noise pretending to be connection. Silence isn't empty, it's clarity. Trait 3. Immunity to groupthink. Every group runs on invisible rules. Agree and you belong. Question and you disrupt the system. Your mind resists conformity. When consensus forms, you don't relax. You feel friction. Who decided this? Why is it accepted? What happens if it's wrong? This isn't rebellion. It's structural thinking applied to human systems. But groups don't reward logic. They reward harmony. Your presence becomes uncomfortable. You're not aggressive. You're just awake. Systems cannot tolerate those they cannot control. Exclusion happens quietly, politely, rationalized. But here's the truth. You weren't removed because you lacked value. You were removed because you refused to be controlled. your independence destabilizes their illusion of stability. Here's where most people quit. They hear this and feel exposed, threatened, frustrated. Because if this is true, loneliness isn't something to escape. It's proof that you are different, proof that you see more than most. Ask yourself, if connection is so natural, why does it demand pretending? Why does belonging require silence about what you notice? The herd punishes perception more than failure, and that's why you don't fit in. Take a second and hit like, if this resonates. Share this with someone who needs to hear that their solitude is strength, not flaw. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more content like this. There's a deeper layer coming that you will want to see. Trait 4. Future-oriented thinking. Most people live in the present. Comfort, pleasure, immediate satisfaction. You think ahead. You see patterns, consequences before they appear, opportunities before they're obvious. You notice how habits compound, how choices today shape decades, how small compromises become permanent. When others say, relax, have fun, you hear cost. When they chase comfort, you see decay. This doesn't make you superior. It makes you lonely, because you speak the language of cause, and the world speaks sensation. You walk ahead, not out of arrogance, but because you cannot unsee the path ahead. Foresight separates, separation isolates. Trait 5, builder mentality. You don't waste time, you invest it. Your energy flows toward building skills, systems, self-mastery. This requires solitude. Deep work and socializing cannot coexist long-term, so you decline invitations, disappear for days, become unavailable, and slowly people stop calling. It feels like loss, until you realize it's filtration. Those who match momentum stay. Those who match comfort leave. You didn't abandon anyone. You simply outgrew environments that could not support your trajectory. Builders are always alone at first. The structure comes later. Trait 6, internal drive. Most people are externally powered. Praise fuels them. Belonging stabilizes them. Attention validates them. Remove it, and they falter. You don't. Your motivation is self-generated. You act because the action itself matters, not recognition, not approval. Psychologists call this autotelic drive. It makes you immune to society's strongest weapon, social leverage. You cannot be bribed with approval. You cannot be threatened with exclusion. Systems built on dependency fear independence more than rebellion. Your solitude isn't weakness, it's power. Step back. Truth sensitivity, noise resistance, immunity to groupthink, future awareness, builder mentality, internal drive. This is not dysfunction. It's a rare, precise architecture of mind. The world rewards compatibility, not clarity. You didn't fail the system. The system flagged you as incompatible. Isolation is the natural outcome. Long solitude can cause doubt. You may question yourself, lower standards, accept low-quality connections. This is the real danger, not loneliness, but betraying yourself. Pretending to belong costs more than solitude. Stand firm. Standards without apology. Hunger is safer than poison. Build visibly. Aligned minds recognize structure. Engage politely. Participate lightly, but guard your inner world. Not everyone deserves access to clarity. This path isn't about happiness. Happiness is cheap. It can be bought with distraction. This path is about meaning. Meaning costs comfort. It repays with integrity. That space around you isn't emptiness. It's territory, a cleared perimeter. Hold the line. Continue the work. They will find you, not when you chase them, but when your structure becomes undeniable. The hardest part isn't being alone, it's carrying the weight of what solitude turns you into. What you do next defines everything. If this message hit home like this, video now. Share it with someone who needs to hear that their solitude is their strength, and subscribe for more content that digs deeper into what it really means to be rare, independent, untouchable. Your tribe is out there, quietly building. They will find you when you are undeniable. Your mind was not built for the ordinary. Your solitude is not punishment. It is evidence. Evidence that you possess 6 rare traits most people will never understand. Traits that make you powerful, self-reliant, untouchable. Honor that solitude, protect it, build with it, and never let the world tell you that being alone is failure. It is freedom.